Turn your house into a dream home. Recently opened a brand new one-stop stop for hardware and home decor. Visit the Home Hub at Maubale Madan Riting.
Umentri ketenat social welfare ke Jelau ba por lingdo. Ula pentia baling lingba ki Bniat benep jonga ain prevention of illicit traffic in narcotic drugs and psychotropic substance act chejar khnais pa prapupra kinong Khaïi Drok blasha kem kinom like jamshu hendrei kin sha penchitom da bajur. Habakran chikla pathai Khubor menta sngi. Ubapol ulong bakani ka an kan trekam no mardor hi namar baka sorkar kala thau pura ya ka advisory board kabalakli do nong bishar bala shong thai jongka high court justice Shivaji Pandey but kit court kilong uba Andy Shulai unong side an ka high court but u sharing yangi kinong side an ha ka high court kani ka board kan trekam kum ka kashri ha ka ba ki bashakem lara kim hun yak jingle ki pulit kila ban ujor shaka ulong ba ki kam ki ba palat Bnai Snem an bishar ka advisory board ulong bahak ni kaan kiba syarai penrem kin syong along Haduh Snem
is vested with the power of validating such detentions, and the detention shall be up to 1 year under clause 7 of section 9. 1 year under clause 7 of section 9 and 2 years when read with subsection 2 of section 2, meaning ranging from minimum 3 months to a maximum of 2 years. And any person who has been detained under this order and then is released on the advice of the advisory board is also liable to be re-arrested and detained in case of fresh cases being filed against such persons. So briefly, the move is to tighten the hold of the state against drug trafficking, and the advisory boards are meant to prevent the state and its machineries from abusing the act. And where there is a difference of opinion among the members, para D of clause 9 says, when there is a difference of opinion among the members forming the advisory board, the opinion of the majority of such members shall be deemed to be the opinion of the board. In every case where the advisory board has reported that there is, in its opinion, sufficient cause for the detention of a person, the appropriate government, in our case the government of Meghalaya, may confirm the detention order and continue the detention of the person concerned for such period as it thinks fit. And in every case where the advisory board has reported that there is, in its opinion, no sufficient cause for the detention of the person concerned, the appropriate government shall revoke the detention order and cause the person to be released forthwith. So these are briefly, para 10 deals with areas of operation. Explanation 1 talks about areas which are highly vulnerable to such illicit traffic. This is a very important definition. Areas which are highly vulnerable to such illicit traffic means 1, the Indian customs water, 2, the customs airport, so on and so forth, till you reach point D, the India-Bangladesh border in the states of Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and West Bengal. So this is briefly the content of this act. And with the constitution of the advisory board, we are now in a position to fully implement this act with immediate effect. Today, I'm here to brief you that all along what was applicable here in the state of Meghalaya was an obsolete act, meaning the NDPS, Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985. There were several loopholes in the act, as all of you are aware, and some of these major loopholes also facilitated violators to circumvent the act and therefore render it ineffective. So after the series of meetings organized at my initiative, I'm now happy to inform you that after 2 meetings with the Deputy CM in charge, Home Police, and senior police officials, we have now been able to invoke a more severe act known as the Prevention of Illicit Traffic in Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1988. This Act of 1988 is more severe, more effective, and Meghalaya being identified under clause 10 of this Act as one of the vulnerable areas. The commencement of the Act itself, this Act shall deemed to have come into force on the 4th day of July 1988, which is exactly 35 years ago today. And before definitions, the Act extends to the whole of India except the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Then there are definitions of what is illicit drug, what is detention order. Briefly, what this Act says is that we have to constitute an advisory board. An advisory board acts like a court of appeal, where any detainee, if he feels that he has been wrongly confined or detained, he can make an appeal before the advisory board. We have notified a 3-member advisory board comprising of, as per copies circulated to you, Honorable Mr. Justice Retired Shivaji Pandey, Chairman, then Mr. M.D. Chulai, Senior Advocate, High Court of Meghalaya, as member, and Mr. Sharing Yangi, Senior Advocate, High Court of Meghalaya, as member. So, there have always been complaints that repeat offenders, people who keep getting in and out of either police stations or jails and keep going back to drug trafficking. This Act takes care of such cases because it empowers the state to detain such persons for a period of not less than 3 months without the advisory board extending up to 6 months. However, if the case is to be, if the detention has to cross 6 months, then the matter comes under the advisory board for its consideration.